My name is Danielle Nastavar. I am 27 years old. I have one daughter. She is 7 years old. We are from the White Mountain Apache tribe from White River, Arizona.
My name is Mitchell Quintero, full-blooded White Mountain Apache, Butterfly Clan.
Hello, my name is Elaine Noah. I'm 36 years old. I'm from the White Mountain Apache tribe. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I am with the Bear Clan. My mom and my dad are Valina and Ronald Hazen. I'm originally from White River, Arizona, but raised in Carrizo, Arizona. Spent my whole childhood in Carrizo, but today my home is here in Tucson, Arizona.
Hi, my name is Lita Sangster. I am from the White Mountain Apache tribe. I am 28 years old. I have 5 children. I am here at Amity I came here to Amity with the addiction problem. I've been battling methamphetamine and depression.
Hi, my name is Marita Todd. I'm 28 years old. I'm from the White Mountain Apache Reservation. I'm half White Mountain Apache and half Navajo. I have a 7-year-old daughter named Peyton. I've been here at Amity for 4 months now.
My name is Edmund Johnson from White Mountain Apache tribe. I live in a street called 7 Mile, and I'm a road runner clan.
My name is Marcelina Minhadas. I am half White Mountain Apache, half Mexican. I reside in White River, Arizona. I have a daughter, 21-year-old. My addiction was meth.
My name is Carrie Ann Brooks. I'm from CBQ, Arizona, White Mountain Apache tribe, full-blooded. I'm a mother of 2 kids. My life before Amity was complete loneliness. I was very alone. I was lost, depressed. I isolated a lot. I didn't talk with anybody. I was alone in everything. I was in my madness and in a very dark place.
Before Amity, I was struggling with alcohol and drug addiction.
My life before I came to Amity was a lot of misery, a lot of sadness, a lot of confusion, a lot of grieving. I was really lost. I felt a lot of hopelessness all the time. And I really felt like no one really cared. I had no support. I had a mother, but she wasn't the mother I needed. So, yeah, that was my life. There was really nothing there. I really just felt unloved.
My life before Amity was nights and days smoking meth, no sleeping, no eating. My health was deteriorating. My kids were not in my life.
Entire adulthood has been utter chaos.
I was lonely. It was just a dark time in my life. I was an alcoholic. I've been an alcoholic.
My life before Amity was a struggle. It was an up and down roller coaster, in and out of prison, rehabilitation centers, confused, chaotic, fast world of drugs, fast world of alcohol, unstable, and just unmanageable.
Before Amity, the only thing that I could say is that I was pretty lost in my darkness, and I really didn't know how to get out of it. I felt so lonely. Like I never felt that loneliness before when my mom was around, but even with her around, it still was there, and I didn't know how to get out of it.
just lost.
The Apache Behavior Health gave me a chance to leave the reservation so I could find a way to better up my life for myself and for my kids.
I woke up one morning and I felt complete loneliness, and it wasn't a good feeling. I cried and I told myself that's not the life I wanted. So coming here, I had to work at my strengths and know what I wanted for myself and for my daughter also. I had gone to the Apache Behavioral Health and talked with Sophia and made that decision to leave right then and there. And I'm very glad that I made that decision. I am happy. I'm very thankful for Sophia.
Well, my first step was to go to behavior health and seek what was, out there for me. And the first person that helped me was Guy Redsteer, who no longer works with behavior health, but he had told me about Amity, and he said he had sent a few of his clients out there, and I read about it. So what caught my eye was the therapeutic part. I know that other facilities really based on AA and NA, it's not as helpful, but the therapeutic part really caught my eye. And I'm really grateful for Guy Redsteer for bringing me out here and helping me get here to Amity with my youngest son Elias. I stayed out here for 90 days, and the first 90 days I surfaced a lot, and I don't think it was a good idea for me to leave after the 90 days because I surfaced so much and I left still hurt. I didn't have a lot of time to work on myself.
Behavior Health in White River with Sophia, and I asked her to help me to relocate in a treatment facility. And this is my first, and I'm very grateful for this chance.
So I was given the opportunity to come here in July by White Mountain Apache Behavioral Health Services. My counselor was Brad Beam. I'm really thankful for the opportunity and for the chance, the second chance that he gave me at life, second chance that the White Mountain Apache tribe gave me coming down here and the opportunities therein. This wonderful program.
I was able to come to Amity through Apache Behavior Health, which I'm very thankful for. At the time in my life, I had nowhere to go. I had no support. I felt alone, and I was able to reach out. And Sophia Soto was my case manager, and I'm thankful for her and everything she's been doing for me. Our conversations on the phone. I was able to meet her in person.
My counselor, Sophia, she told me about Amity, and that's how she helped me out through my drinking.
I got to Amity in 2014. I tried to get help any way I can for quite a while, and my counselor from the Apache Behavioral Health, Mike, has been through everything with me, and he found me one day and I didn't know what to do anymore, so he helped me decide that Amity was probably an option for me to find myself. He reassured me that this place would help me become who I've always wanted to be. Basically just, I guess, complete. I don't know if that makes sense, but he knew that this was the right place for me to be at, and he helped me get here.
I learned self-respect. I learned how to treat my kids a lot better and how to love them.
The things I learned here at Amity, is my voice. I have a voice. What I feel is valid. How how I feel is very important, not only for myself but for other people to know and understand where I'm coming from and what I can do, what I'm capable of, and what a strong person I am. I've learned to accept my mistakes, to forgive, to love, to trust again, to trust myself, to make decisions for myself and know that it's going to be okay. That in the end, I'm okay. I did a lot of inner work here at Amity. I faced a lot of barriers. I faced a lot of things that I had to break through, and I'm very thankful for that. I learned to love myself here at Amity.
The main things I learned here is to always have an open mind, to always love yourself first. And here is where I learned how to love myself, to accept my past, to move forward and do something different with my life. To give my youngest son Elias a chance of hope, of to see life differently than what my oldest son Austin seen. So with that, I am the mother to my son, the mother that I needed at Elias's age. I needed that mother I needed love. I needed that support. I needed that comfort. I needed to make him feel safe. And I know today Elias feels really safe. He's happy. He's outgoing. He has no worries no more. He doesn't question me a lot like he used to. And this is a place where we grew together as far as, getting our bond together.
Things I've learned from Amity is how to cope with my anxieties, cope with my stress, and cope with everyday life struggles. And I've learned how to be patient, learned to be persistent, and I've learned to interact with others.
So, since I've been here, I've learned a lot of things about myself. I've really learned to love myself. I've really learned to take care of myself, care for myself. And I really learned, in order for me to love other people, I have to first start loving myself. And I have to first start with me. If I start with me and I lay the foundation with myself, I'm able to lay the foundation with my family, with others.
I've learned that I am able to be a mediator. I think is really important. I'm able to help other women in our community build authentic friendships just by showing my own demonstration and my own authentic friendships.
How to focus on rehabilitating myself and got a better mind of how to dress and how to be with society out in the real world. But that's what I'm learning here.
What I've learned in Amity is how to deal with my anger problems through communication with other peers, support from the other peers. I've learned that I can do things on my own.
Since I've gotten to Amity, I've learned a lot. I've learned how to, for one, love. I've learned how to care. I've learned how to respect myself and others. I've learned how to be a mom, and I've learned how to forgive. I've learned how to play the sister role that I've never really gotten to, and especially like a friend, I've never really knew that I could be and have friends the way I do today, and it's all from what Amity has taught me.
Everybody, part about Amity is that they keep me healthy.
Daily we weave a tapestry of friendship. and I'll go off that. I came from a very isolated place. I was alone in everything. Very dark place. Coming here helped me open my eyes and, get to know these complete strangers who cared and made it okay for me to care for myself and also other people. I feel very lucky to be here right now. A lot of women here that are going through the same situations that I have gone through and told me how they went through, how they made it through those situations helps me. And for me to say my truths and what I've been through, speak on my behalf and my experiences and how I got through them. Also, I know that does help other women here. And it's one big tapestry. We are all in this together. And that's what's very unique about this place. And I've made a lot of authentic friends here. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of them.
My favorite part of the Amity philosophy is to every end there's a new beginning. For me, that speaks volumes, because when I came here, this was the end, right? This was the end of my life as I knew it, right? It was either this or continue to stay in my madness, continue to stay in my chaos, continue to stay in my addiction. So when I came here, the end of my whole life was here. The end of my whole being, the end of my whole existence was here. The foundation of this place really helped me leave that behind, and really left that old me behind as soon as I came through those arches. When I speak of a 360-degree change, I speak of it being as me coming through and doing the process and now headed in the right direction, with new goals, new mindset, new abilities, and that's where I'm at.
The Amity tradition that I can most relate to is we leave people, places, and situations better than we left them. And I like this tradition because it not only says people and places, but situations. And I feel like in life we make a lot of mistakes and we leave a lot of messes in our lives, and a lot of us live messy lives, and we don't take the time to go back and to fix these things. So with this tradition, not only like cleaning up after ourselves or leaving people feeling better than when we first met them, but situations, especially situations in our past life.
But the main one that I like is you can start your day over at any time. It's a reminder of, I guess for me, my thing is like everything's a choice, and you either choose to let something be a negative impact or a positive impact, and you can start over by choosing to see it the way it benefits you.
I would like this opportunity to continue for myself and others behind me, because being a single father and coming here has given me a big chance of being a father again, getting my kids back, and getting my place to stay with me in this facility, because there is not many places that would take your family, just single persons. And in order to have a family, this place will help you. It will teach you how to maintain that life of being a single father. And being a single father was a big step for me. That was the whole reason why I came here. And there are parents out there still struggling, and this will be a good opportunity for them to learn how to be a parent again.
If I've gotten this far, then I can definitely see other women with children, men with children. I could see them doing it if they would just give this place a chance. I've been in this place 4 times. I've been here so many times. I've seen a lot of success. I've seen a lot of people come in very broken, to see the loss in their eyes. And there's a few ladies and men here that I know today that look so much better, and you could tell they feel so much better.
Yes, I would like my stay at Amity, and the treatment I have gotten here has been very helpful in my process. And I know that it will be very beneficial for others from my tribe to come here and get the help that they need to cope with everyday life struggles.
So, what I want to recommend to you folks back home who are still struggling, or you folks who are watching this here, is don't give up before the miracle happens. For me, it's hard because I was ready to give up. I was ready to throw in the towel. I was ready to just walk away with it and leave it as it was. But when I came down here, I learned to embrace a new way of life. I learned to really pick up the little pieces I had left of my life and learn to put them back together again. And learn to really examine the things that were in my life and really move on.
Come over here. Your complexion will get better. Your attitude will grow. You'll be more open. Have more friends, and see how sober people do live and care about others.
I feel like I have a lot of progress. I've been here for 60 days. The progress is just beginning. I finally learned to calm down, to be kind, to think twice before I do anything, take any action. I've learned to step up to help other peers and welcome a newcomer, but I still feel like I need help myself. I need a lot of time to consider my drug problem and how to handle it in the community so I can help someone else.
You know, someone had once said this place is like a church. You come here and you admit your sins, because you're forgiven already. You're forgiven already by the people who give you back feedback. And that's what I love about this place. You can just be free from all the horrible things you've done. And I still love you regardless.
And I really want to leave behind the legacy of you guys knowing where I've come from, the struggles I've endured, the obstacles I overcame. And today, I really want to imprint my legacy upon not only you, the viewer, but upon this place, because this is a place I've really grown to love. After 32 years of searching for a home, of searching for a place I belong, I found it here. I'll always have home. I'll always have the reservation. I'll always have the White Mountain Apache tribe as my home. But for me today, this is a little piece of me. This is a little piece of my life, and I honor that.